absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all of these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked?
Bella Rita, I do think that absolutely works. We got Quintus McDonald, Andrew Catania, we got the Heart of Influence. It is Trajectory Tuesday. We're coming out of a 4-day unblinded immersion, and you're in the house. So Bella Rita, as we explore the superpower of integrous influence, and I will be in the studio momentarily. Bella Verita, who's here?
Sean, I am in the house. I am in studio. It feels so fantastic to be here. And we have some extraordinary people here for Andrew Catania and Quintus McDonald's Queens in Commerce International Women's Month Heart of Influence. And first from Ohana, Hawaii, founder and disruptor of Limiting Beliefs, fusing deep energetic realignments, holistic wellness, and high-frequency skincare, guiding professionals to reprogram their inner dialogue, access the subconscious mind, aligning their inner world to the outer world. 17 years mastering transformation through trauma, turning adversity into acceleration, growth, purpose, and unstoppable potential. Let's welcome to the show, Felicia Mohammed.
Felicia bringing the high vibration to Trajectory Tuesday's Heart of Influence. And Felicia, a dear friend of Quintus and Bella's and Andrea's, and maybe even mine, is Plato, the Greek philosopher. And what Plato said was, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. So Felicia, and to everyone, we kick this game off with a fun fact. It's a headline, not a story. Bella has her favorite Chuck Barris Gong Show impersonation, if anybody goes over a headline. And it's a proud moment, an adventurous moment, or it could be a funny moment or a silly moment. Any headline moment that would make us say, Felicia, no way! So please, Felicia, what's your headline fun fact?
My headline fun fact is that at the age of 14, I drove an 18-wheeler across the Canada state line to Detroit without a CDL.
Wow.
That sounds like something Bella Verita would be doing. Felicia, yes. That is super cool. I'm glad you lived to tell about it and are free to tell about it. So, Felicia, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence. Bella, breaking some rules, crossing some borders. Who's here to join the disruptive higher vibrational Felicia?
I definitely enjoy the company of rule breakers. So welcome, Felicia. And let's welcome from Greensboro, North Carolina, expert in tax law, ensuring individuals and businesses navigate federal and state regulations with accuracy, integrity, and strategic planning. Consults with clients and revenue agents to resolve disputes, address misinformation, and provide effective alternative for the IRS collection. Grandmother dedicated to inspiring others to lifelong learning, traveling, and being an example of possibility to her family and the next generation. Let's welcome to the show, Mary Ann Adams.
And you go by Mary Ann, is that correct?
Oh, Mary Ann, we cannot hear you. You're not on mute, but I don't think your audio is connected, or maybe your headset's not turned on.
Mary Ann, we have you?
No, we've got her. We see her.
Bella, you know what? Let's go. We'll come back to Mary Ann. Yep. Who's next?
Okay. Yeah. So Mary Ann, just give us a test. Still can't hear you, and we'll come back to you for your fun fact. Next, from Baltimore, Maryland, leading high-impact strategic communication initiatives across government, military, healthcare, and media sectors, advising senior leaders and executing large-scale engagement plans for the DoD, the VA, and other Army care programs. Author of a children's book series, expert in multi-platform content creation and media relations, and innovative training and development advocate. Let's welcome to the show, Annette Gomez.
Annette, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence. Appreciate you being here today. Annette, and please, what is your no way fun fact?
I think I came up with this. I'm just a girl from Barbados, born with 2 teeth, so I was ready to talk from the gate out. So from an economist to a voiceover artist, this is me.
That is absolutely outstanding. Annette, warm welcome. Loving the Bayesian folks to the Heart of Influence. Bella Rita, we got a Bayesian in the house. Come on!
We got a Bayesian in the house, and Barbados definitely holds a special place in Sean's heart. Maybe we'll get to that story a little bit later, Annette, but welcome to the Heart of Influence. And next up, we might know this woman from Raleigh, North Carolina, expert in optimizing organizational processes to boost efficiency, productivity, and overall well-being. Skilled in fostering collaborative environments that elevate organizational culture and employee satisfaction, dedicated to nurturing talent and creating a culture of continuous growth. Let's welcome no other than Karen McDonald.
Karen, warm welcome. Welcome back. And please, your fun fact.
Thank you. So my fun fact is, I guess I'm full of wisdom because not only did I start turning gray at the age of 16, instead of 4 wisdom teeth, I actually had 8.
Whoa.
Whoa. So you are wise squared. So Karen is wise squared. Warm welcome, Karen. Bella, who's joining Karen?
Joining Karen from Greensboro, North Carolina, regulatory leader, compliance expert, and public servant, director of charitable solicitation licensing for North Carolina, safeguarding ethical fundraising, nonprofit compliance with 20 plus years in the public service, streamlining regulations, protecting donors, strengthening nonprofit accountability, and a champion for impact and compliance. Let's welcome to the show, Gail Ayala.
Gail, warm welcome to the Heart of Influence. Warm welcome, and please, your fun fact, Gail.
Okay, first, I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina, and my fun fact is I love vacationing, but one of the things I have a desire to do, and I have not gotten the nerve to do yet, is to ride a hot air balloon. So.
All right, let's go. Hot air ballooning coming up right after the show. Quintus has got you covered. Come on, Bella.
I like this idea. That's a bucket list item for me. So I think we all should go up in a hot air balloon. And Dale, welcome to the Heart of Influence. And next up from Poughkeepsie, I just like to say Poughkeepsie, New York, founder focusing on integrative emotional intelligence and deep human connection into business strategies, excels at waving diverse possibilities into tangible realities, serving clients with the vision for better and bigger futures, builds platforms to emphasize the importance of self-love, encouraging individuals to embrace their own personal growth journey. Let's welcome to the show, Jessa Race.
All of that you just said is wrapped up into an AI. One thing that's curious about me, I moved to Poughkeepsie 5 years ago from Curacao. I'm a single mother of 3 boys, and my boys and I island hopped for a bunch of years and then landed here right in time for the pandemic.
Oh.
That's
So
been
coming from the ABC Islands, and what are some of the islands you island hop around?
Barnabas and all the islands. We went all over the place, and now we're in Poughkeepsie, of all
From
places.
the islands to Poughkeepsie, Jess is in the house. Come on.
Jessa's in the house. And next up to round out this bunch, coming from Briley, North Carolina, a member of the 86 undefeated national champion Nittany Lions of Penn State University. Man of God, serial entrepreneur, best-selling author, started a job development program for recruiting citizens and founded a nonprofit entity with the Express. Oh, I had a little tweaky in my back. With the express intent of ending the school to prison pipeline, one of 4 owners of a wellness brand devoted to putting an end to silent suffering, more than 600,000 women having hysterectomies annually in the U.S. alone. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. Quintus McDonald.
Sir Quintus, warm welcome on this Trajectory Tuesday. Thank you for being the person causing this today, sir. And Quintus McDonald, please, what is your fun fact?
Blessings, sir. Sean Callaghan. Fun fact is, out of 43 episodes of The Heart of Influence, this is our 43rd episode together, Sean. 42nd. Fernando happened to be in one when you were out on a black diamond or somewhere 200 feet below sea level doing one of the things that you do. But this is the first time ever that we've been able to have a panel of all incredible women. It's just very exciting to me when I heard of International Women's Month and International Women's Day, and I said to Andrea, what do you think about having a panel of all women for International Women's Month? And of course, she was right there with me. So that's the fun fact. Out of 43 episodes over the years, this is the first time that we've had a panel completely made up of queens. Very excited.
Wow, that's awesome, brother.
You can be a queen today, too.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much, Bill. Quintus, awesome, brother. Know the heart, the leadership, the power, and the possibility. Quintus McDonald, thank you. And where are we going?
We're going to yes.
So I'm going to introduce our co-host. That's okay, Quintus. And this woman started selling crafts. You're a woman too.
I am a woman.
What a
for sure,
coincidence.
yes.
So this woman started selling crafts.
Nice of you to notice.
Yes, on her front lawn as an 8-year-old. She progressed to being a 7-figure business generator in the space of network marketing as a teenager. That's crazy. 7-figure teenager network marketing. At the age of 24, she was three-peating like Michael Jordan, except not in basketball, but instead in business brokerage in this male-dominated industry. She was the first woman ever to be Nevada's #1 business broker, let alone 3 straight times. And take this, man, in the male-dominated industry, she was the youngest person, male or female, ever to do it. She began to train Fortune 500 companies, entrepreneurs. In fact, in 2019, every Did I say every sales team doubled their sales? Skier, surfer, scuba diver, adventurer, perhaps today a blind man. Fight tonight, maybe not. We'll see. Could have been YouTube.
What do you got to tell me now? That's like the YouTube or the blind man. It's like, oh, it might be a YouTube. That's like the woman's version of like, can we talk later?
Yes.
That means there's something coming.
No, there's nothing coming, but there's always something coming. Yeah. So yes, and she's a 2-time, about to be 3-time published author and philanthropist that raised nearly $10 million for charities of all different shapes and sizes over the past couple of years with the Unblinded team. And in 2023, this courageous, inspired woman publicly battled and defeated cancer. So let's welcome to the Quintus McDonald Heart of Influence, the woman that put the heart in it, the one, the only, Bella Verita. Bella Verita, please, your fun fact.
I'm going to go with the fun fact since we do have all women here. I think I'm going to boost my women power. And my father built me a gun. My dad is a 3-time combat veteran in the Navy. We go shooting together. That's one of the things we do. He built me a 9mm gun. We go shooting together. And I am a better shot than my father. I can hit more bullseyes and sink more ships as a girl than my military father. So that's my fun fact that I'm going with today.
That is an outstanding fun fact. My fun fact will be that I beat Bella Verita in shooting as a blind man. We'll come back to that later. No, this is the Integra show. I did not.
No, you gave up because you weren't beating me.
That's,
right? I don't want to do this anymore.
That didn't happen either. All right, let's go.
And let me introduce my co-host, the man who doesn't like losing to me in anything, but he is the man that Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. He does beat world champions like Bet Key at body surfing competitions, and he's only one of 2 attorneys to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. In fact, the entire state of New Jersey thought he was so cool that they actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He has spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Tony Robbins 18 times. And when he's not busy flying around speaking on Fortune 50 companies, or Fortune 500 company stages, he is an incredible philanthropist that has raised nearly $10 million for charities in just the last 2 years. Let's welcome to the stage the one, the only, Mr. Sean Callagy.
Thank you, Ms. Bella Verita. Thank you, Quintus McDonald. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. A warm welcome. I'm going to go with this as my fun fact. Yes, I'm a blind man that has taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive. My scuba career began with my first scuba dives in Barbados in 1983, when my dad thinks he did, but did not invent destination weddings. We became dear friends with the Webster family on Barbados. Ronald Webster, a doctor, Mike Webster, his brother, and their entire family. That is my fun fact for today.
That is a super fun fact, Sean Callagy. And let's check in with Miss Mary Ann. Do we have your audio? See if we can get her fun fact.
I think we do. Do you hear me now?
So, Mary Ann, we're so thankful to have you. And what is your headline fun fact, Mary Ann?
My headline fun fact is I'm a grandmother of 5. I'm 65, and I love to line dance. My favorite thing is to line dance, and so I practice all weekend this weekend with my grandkids, boots on the ground. I can run it for a
boots on the ground.
So I can do go to a masquerade party this weekend. So that is my actual love thing to do.
And what are you going to dress up as, Mary Ann?
Oh, they said we can come normal. So we're going to just have a nice gold dress on with cowboy boots and our fans.
Right. Excellent.
Let's go. I'd like to get you a pair of cowboy boots.
Yes. I like cowboy. I'm down. I'm Tombstone. I'm not Wire. Let's go. Yes. So thank you for that, Mary Ann. Thank you, Quintus. Bella Verita. Who's going first?
How about we kick it off with Mary Ann since she's got the mic?
Yes, Mary Ann, since you got the mic, here's what we're doing. We're exploring the superpower of integrous influence, because everything happens after yes, but yes with integrity. You know, leadership, management, recruitment, raising money for charity, for profit, marketing and selling, all of those things happen after the word yes is caused. So Marianne, we're going to illustrate this, going to play with this, like 8,000 people before you have, with Bella Rita being anybody you would like her to be. She could be an ideal client of yours. She could be a possible charitable fundraising partner. Maybe she's got some cash burning those pockets, or she could be somebody famous like Oprah Winfrey or Warren Buffett. Anyone you'd want to speak to, Marianne. And the footnote is, it doesn't have to be a sale. It doesn't have to be a final yes. It could just be a yes for a longer conversation. So please, Marianne, who would you like Bella Rita to be that you're going from hello to yes with?
Well, since you mentioned Oprah Winfrey, let's do Oprah Winfrey. Let's
go.
try her.
Oprah, you're in the house.
All right. Hello, this is Oprah.
Hello, Oprah. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful, Marianne. How about yourself?
I'm fine. Do you have any special projects you're doing today? This week?
No, I mean, we have always got projects that we're working on. There's definitely a few things in the hopper for sure. But my team said I definitely needed to speak to you today, and I only had a couple minutes. So what can I do for you?
Well, I am interested in helping a charity group in my neighborhood.
Okay.
Would you be something that you'd be interested in?
Well, I mean, I don't really have enough information. You know, people
Okay.
call me all the time and say, are you interested in charity? That's not really enough information for me to make any decisions. But obviously it's got to be something if my team put the call through. So what is the charity? What it's about? Why is it important to
Lately,
you?
we lost a children's center to fire,
Oh,
and they closed the building. And we're looking in these, there's no place in this area for children to grow up on, to go to have fun, to enjoy swimming, because I used to go swimming there. They used to have a baseball team and a football team. But now that this center is closed because of the fire, they were looking for people to help donate to reopen the center and to rebuild it and get it remodeled to current standards for the city. So that's something we're interested in doing. We're just looking for people to help us. We're not asking for much, but we are asking for donations. And the and really, it's really kind of, I see this going home every day from where I work when I get off the highway. The center used to have a playground in the park. But because it was closed, they actually pulled up the playground. So there's no the kids can no longer play in the playground, which is really sad because now they have no place to play outside. The center is gone. The playground is gone. So it's all boarded up. So where do the kids go? Now you're just asking them to go out into the what? There's no place for them to play yet.
How much do you think you need, Marianne?
So really, we're looking between $5,000 to $10,000. Not much because we're asking other donors to donate in
And how much
the
do you
area.
think you need in total?
In total, we're probably going to look at $100,000 in total. I think we can do it with that.
Well, that sounds good. I have you know, a very close relationship to someone who likes to give money away all the time. So let me reach out to my friend Sean Callaghy, see if I can get him to write you a check because he loves to give away money, and we'll see what we can do. Oh wait, you're back.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Now, Marianne.
This is Oprah Winfrey. Can you write $100,000 check, please?
Yes, we will absolutely have a conversation about that. Yes. So, Marianne, thank you so much for that. And please, Bella, who's following up Marianne?
Following up Marianne is Felicia.
Felicia, who would you like Bella Rita to be?
I would like Miss Bella Rita to be I would like her to be Sandra Bullock.
Oh.
Sandra Bullock, who is having some hormonal issues. Okay, with her luxury skincare.
Get out of here. I need the space. I need to go. Oh, wait, I love you. Don't go anywhere.
And you're full of some Let's go.
Have some experience with some hormonal dynamics. Hello, this is Sandra.
Miss Sandra Bullock, how are you? I am Felicia Muhammad. Thank you so much for taking this call. And how are you today, first of all?
It is a rough day. It has been a rough day. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I want to add to allowing you to be able to experience some relief here. Are you open to that?
I am open to it, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So, would you say that what type of skincare, luxury brand skincare do you use?
I use this one. I'm forgetting the name of it, but you get it at Neiman Marcus. You know, my cream cost me about $400 a jar. I'm just drawing a blank on the name of it at the moment. I'm sure
Okay.
it sounds like looks like you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, I'm very familiar. We had another 70-year-old client. I know you're not 70, but we had another 70-year-old client who actually purchased some of the same luxury skincare products and began having some hormonal challenges. Have you been able to recognize that have you been able to make the connection between what you're putting on your skin and how it's affecting you hormonally? Your ups and downs?
No, I didn't know what I was putting on my skin. I didn't have any idea that could affect me hormonally.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, if you would begin to take the time to look at the ingredients on your products, and if there are things that you cannot ingest or pronounce, even let's go there, or pronounce, then it's likely that it's something that is not good for you. All right. It's crap. And we say it is crap. And crap is an acronym for chemical, risky, artificial poisons. And studies show that a lot of the chemicals that are in the skincare are hormone disruptors. And the reason I'm having this conversation with you today is that I would like to eventually form a partnership or alignment should you see how it would be a fit for you, for us to be able to help bring this awareness to the masses of women first and foremost, and then others, so that they can become more aware of what they are putting on their skin, because our skin, of course, is our biggest organ, and it is the biggest eliminator as well. And so it's important to be able to empower people to be able to know that if you can't eat it, you should not be putting it on your skin. Does that sound fun to you?
That does sound fun to me. That seems to make sense. I don't know what else I would go to, but maybe we can sit down and have a longer conversation and see what my options are.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Can your skincare help my co-host look younger too? So
yes, it can.
Okay,
oh
fantastic.
my gosh.
You gotta keep up with me.
Why would you say that about Andrea and Quintus?
they're not my co-hosts.
I'm teasing.
They're just our producers.
Yes.
So we gotta like help you look younger a little bit. Yeah. There we go.
Let's go.
So this is the time in the show. Then we get to some judges. Do you have anything you want to say about that? You want me to just roll with it?
I'm not speaking to you. So
no, you're not speaking to me.
No.
You're very handsome. Don't worry.
Yes.
So yes, this is the time in the show that we get to go to the judges, and judges, we get to give back in the form of feedback. And so it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Felicia or Marianne, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then like a little scoring system as to what is the next step. Is that next step you'd rather go to the dentist and have a root canal than have a longer conversation with Felicia or Marianne? I don't think that's the case for either one of them. They were pretty great. Maybe that next step is a little mocha chocolate and a little croissante at Starbucks for a little bit longer of a meeting. But if that's not enough time, you would rent a private room at, say, like the Capitol Grill. You get like a seafood tower and a nice juicy steak. Unless you're a vegan, of course, maybe you're having salad and French fries, but you're definitely not going to skip out on dessert because you want to have the longest meeting possible with Felicia or Marianne. And if that's not enough time, then maybe you'd be willing to rent a private jet and fly anywhere in the world with Felicia or Marianne, because you have a very long meeting on an international flight, to have the longest meeting possible with Felicia or Marianne. And so let's kick it off with Gail. And Gail, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Felicia?
Okay, for Felicia, what I did like about Felicia's, I'm going to say pitch. It may not be pitch, but I'm going to say pitch. Is that, first of all, you definitely identified what your subject matter was about, which is skincare. You definitely brought out, who was the person she was talking to? Oh, Bella. You did ask Bella about her usage Where did she get it from? The impact that it was having on her. How did it affect her? You brought up and you gave some attributes as to what your product could possibly do for her. So you gave her a value add, I think, your product. You also help her to identify criteria for, is your product working for you as well as it should be? You did that.
Beautiful.
And
And
I
so,
like
Gil,
the
what
fact,
is your score for? What's your next step with Felicia?
Would you have like a cup of coffee? Maybe grab lunch? What would you do next?
okay, so my next step for Felicia is definitely have another follow-up meeting, maybe a webinar, or go to a private place to have coffee to find out more about your product and what can it do for my skincare.
Let's go.
How can, right.
Yeah.
So my
Caffeine-
what's the score? What's the rank?
Oh no, we don't have to. That's it. So the next follow-up step would be you do more. So that's cool. And you do a
Do
webinar, have a
more.
cup of coffee. Yeah, cool. Well, thank you for that,
Yes.
Gail. Bella Rita.
Let's go, Annette. Annette, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Marianne?
I think for Marianne, for me, she knew her stuff. Like whatever Oprah came back with, I think Gail had an answer to. I'm sorry, was that the right person?
Felicia.
Felicia.
No,
Are we still on Felicia? I thought they said
you're on
Felicia.
Gail.
Marianne.
Yeah,
You're on
they told me to
Marianne.
go to Marianne. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm staring at the screen.
Yeah,
So I think Marianne knew her stuff for whatever Oprah asked. There was a response, and my heart was tugging for the nonprofit and what we could do. So basically, that was it for me. And I would have a follow-up with her as well.
Cool. All right. Well, Annette, thank you for that. Bella Rita.
Let's go. Ms. Karen McDonald, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Felicia?
Awesome. So Felicia, I mean, you drew me in when you started talking about crap. So I think you did a very good job with explaining basically why we need to pay attention to what we put on our skin and the impact that it has on us. So based on that, I would definitely want to learn more. So I would schedule a follow-up.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. Karen, Bella Rita.
Let's go. Jessa, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Marianne, please?
Hello, Marianne. Number one, give me your information right now. Put it in the chat. I would say you did a really phenomenal job of pulling in the idea of community into this, because community is what creates movement. And that is amazing. And I loved how, like others were saying, you had an answer for every question that came in. One thing that I would suggest is speak more from your heart. I could almost feel you shaking. I could almost feel you being a little nervous, a little unsure. I could hear your voice drop a little bit. Have your confidence level and just lean into your message a little bit more.
Nice. Thank you very much for that, Jessa. And like follow up, maybe a cup of coffee, maybe something longer like dinner.
Oh, no.
Maybe-
We're definitely doing a Zoom. We're hanging out. I want to help Marianne.
All right, let's go. Jessa's got it. Does that bring us to the one and only?
That brings us to the one and only.
Outstanding.
McDonald, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for, let's go, Felicia, please.
All right. Excuse me. To begin with, Felicia, loved your energy coming in. I really would love for you to pay to listen more deeply. You asked Sandra how she was doing, and she said it's a rough day. And leaning into that rough day will open up a complete conversation. Why is it rough? Now we begin to talk about what she's putting on her body, or things of that nature, versus just hitting her with the skincare. So giving that opportunity. If I've got 20 seconds left, I'd like to speak to Marianne as well.
Yeah, sure show, brother.
Excellent. And the Jessa hit the point on the head that I was going to bring about, which is the energy. Excuse me, Marianne. What you are presenting is tremendous, and we know that Oprah is a huge philanthropist. I would lean in with more questions. what you have. You know what your ask is. Leaning in with questions to bring Oprah to a place of what she does for children specifically, where she's doing it specifically. Then to be able to say, well, right here in North Carolina, in North America, there's an issue that doesn't need millions of dollars, but only a few 100,000 can impact an entire community.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Quintus.
Thank you, Mr. Quintus McDonald, for sure. And Quintus, you know what time it is. This is the time that Bella Rita gets diabolical, and sometimes you help her.
Yes, you do, Mr. Quintus McDonald. So for everyone, this is the time in the show they have the honor and the privilege of putting my co-host on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about, because I've been cooking them up as the show has been going on, as you may have noticed. And so today I have 2 scenarios for you, Quintus. Of course, you get to choose what scenario Sean goes from hello to yes on. You can choose one of my scenarios. You can change anything about the scenarios, or you can scrap them all together and come up with something much, much harder on your own. Are you ready to hear what I have for today?
Absolutely.
All right. So I thought option number 1 is the National Conference for Women is coming up. And I thought Felicia would make a great speaker at this conference. And so Sean goes from hello to yes with Mrs. Jones, who is the conference speaker booker person, playing the role of Felicia, going from hello to yes to book her to speak on the stage, talking about the skincare on the National Conference for Women. So that is option number 1. And then option number 2 is I was reading that Keenan Allen, who plays for the Charger, hails from Greensboro, North Carolina. And so I thought option number 2 is Sean could role play Marianne, going from hello to yes with Keenan to get $100,000 donation for the Children's Center. So those are the 2 options I have for you today, Quintus. Either one of those tickle your fancy, or do you have something much, much harder you would like to see Sean do?
No, these are great. These are great. You know, I typically like to mix both of what you put together. I'm struggling today to mix these two. Having Keenan Allen speak at a women's conference, I don't know if he's ready for that. So, you know what? Let's go with the National Conference for Women, raising funds for the Children's Center in Greensboro.
Oh, I like it.
And
Okay.
have Sean be Miss Felicia to raise funds through the national conference, and he can leverage, he'll probably do it anyway, leverage her products to do that. You know how he goes. So
Okay.
So
leveraging Felicia's products to raise money for the Children's Center, speaking at the National Conference for Women. And who do you want to be, let's call it the CEO of the National Conference? Who do you want to play that role?
Let's have Miss Annette Gomez play that role.
Annette. So I'll Miss Annette play Miss Jones, the CEO of the National Speakers Conference. Speaking, raising funds. Over to you, Mr.
And we're
Kelly.
raising funds for the women's
The Children's Center in Greensboro that was burnt down by a fire and has not been able to reopen.
Got it. And Felicia, your products are helping people look younger, natural, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So hi, is Miss Jones available?
I'm here.
Hi, Miss Jones. This is Felicia. We had a 3-minute conversation scheduled for today. Is it still a good time for you?
Yes.
Awesome.
Sir,
Well, I'm
please
really,
go ahead.
I'm really grateful for that. And I know how busy you are, how in demand you are, and I know how many people want to get to your stage. So may I ask, I'm very grateful for it, but what prompted you to even accept this conversation with me today? I'm deeply honored, but what was the why behind it?
I have to say that a great deal has happened in my life as connected to my childhood. So it just kind of hit a soft spot. And I would like to learn a little bit more.
Amazing. If I could ask real quick, because I know we're running short on time, but if I just had a headline sentence or two, what is it that really touched your heart? And I'm hearing it. And thank you.
Giving children the ability to have more in their life. That place meant so much to them. So just having another avenue for them. You know, we're all responsible. We're all for our brother's keeper, however you want to phrase that. But
Sure.
that's really what got to me.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that, Ms. Jones. And from that place of keeping space, taking care
Yes.
of children, can I share a couple of things really quickly that may or may not resonate with you?
I'm so sorry. I'm having a hard time hearing Sean. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was saying, may I share a couple of things that may
Yes,
resonate with
please.
you, Ms. Jones? Yeah. So, what I do is I have things that make people feel better by looking better. But it's not the only thing that I, Felicia, do, Ms. Jones. What I do is I look to impact, inspire, and create very successful how-tos. You know, we live in a world, I believe, Ms. Jones, where so many people have beautiful mindset messages and make the world more beautiful and greater. But the question always is how to. You know, I put my feet on the ground and say, hey, we could all want to be Michael Jordan, but if we can't put the ball in the hoop and don't know how to do that, all the inspirational world is not going to help us. So in my journeys, what I've begun to figure out is how to raise money for charity. I know this gentleman, Quintus McDonald. He's got a colleague named Sean Callaghy, and they've raised incredible amounts of money for charity. But also, Ms. Jones, what my products know how to do is to become a fountain of youth for people, and to do it naturally, organically, and not chemically. So from that place, Ms. Jones, while I'm so grateful for this opportunity, what I would propose to you is that we could raise $100,000 for the Children's Center, but we could also raise $500,000 for the charity of your choosing. I feel extremely confident in that. And we could leverage the skill sets of Quintus and Sean, as well as my products being the fountain of youth. I've created an entire slide deck on this. It'll be precise. And in a final, Sean Callaghy's offered $10,000 for you if you accept a 30-minute follow-up meeting for your favorite charity, if we're not able to put something on your heart that you say yes to during this 30-minute meeting. So, Ms. Jones, how would it resonate with you or not, simply to have a 30-minute follow-up conversations backed by, worst case scenario, a $10,000 donation to your favorite charity? Please, Ms. Jones, what's on your heart?
You had me from the get-go. I would definitely sit down with you and have a conversation.
Well, deeply honored. And shall I set that up with your assistant, Tom? And congratulations on having a male assistant. I think that's the way it should work. So your male assistant, Tom, set this up for us.
Yes, I will have Tom call you.
Awesome. Have a blessed day. Happy Trajectory Tuesday. And I so look forward to following up, Ms. Jones. And thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Out of roll, let's first go to Felicia. And say, Felicia, thank you so much for permitting me to be you. And how did I do as you, having a conversation with Miss Jones, Felicia?
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you did wonderfully. And yes, it's organically, not chemically. Yes, I think you did say not chemically.
I
Yes.
did.
Yes. And yeah, that was smooth. It was confident, and I love the alignment, the aligning of it all together. So it's a win-win. So yes, thank you. You are the master at that. Thank you.
No, Felicia, thank you. And you did a beautiful job. Never easy to be in the participant seat. And you did, wonderfully. I love what you're up to in the world. And I love if you're not going to eat it, if you can't eat it, don't put it on your body. I like that. And finally, how was your time today, Felicia, on Quintus McDonald's Heart of Influence?
It is, my heart is full. My heart is full. I am so grateful and thankful. And it has been so much fun. So our philosophy is, if it's not fun, we don't do it. And if it has to be done, we make it fun so we can get it done.
I like it.
I love that, Felicia. Congratulations. Love it. Annette, thanks for being Miss Jones. Appreciate that. How did I do with Felicia, and how was your time, Annette, on the Quintus McDonald Andrew Catania Heart of Influence?
You know what you're doing.
I
Don't let him know that, Annette. Come on.
I do.
I was like, am I saying the right thing? I was so captivated with what he was doing and how he did it. And I was like, oh, so I was a little caught up in that. I don't know if I gave the right responses, but
Thank you.
you know what you're doing, sir.
I do. And I will tell you, I was born this way. Not. I failed freshman high school geometry for the year. I was substantially introverted throughout a lot of my childhood. And what I always share with people is I believe influence with integrity is the only attainable superpower for humans. And it's a skill and a muscle, just like building our body. So thank you so much, Annette, for the acknowledgement. And I acknowledge you for being here today and the great job that you did in the feedbacker seat, as well as in that role as Miss Jones. So thank you so much, Annette.
Oh, I just want to add one thing, Sean. SOHCAHTOA, a sign is the opposite of a cosine. I taught myself it in one night because I didn't want to flunk Mr. Winkleman's geometry class. I just wanted you to know that.
Wow, good for you. And you can tutor me. So thank you. Yes, God bless. Thank you for that, Annette, for sure. Let's go, Jessa. Island hopping. Very inspiring story. Got a lot of quiet. Like, that's super cool. So Jessa, please, how was your time today?
Today was great. I really hope that somebody invites me to be a participant because that looked really fun.
Well, you are definitely invited. Well, you're invited back as a participant for sure. So thank you for that.
So amazing to see all of you goddesses and hearing all of your stories. I'm trying not to cry over everything that you guys are doing, actively freaking doing. And you should all be proud of yourselves. You're doing it and you're showing up. Just being here, you're doing more than most. Congratulations.
Great job, Jessa. And Jessa, can Quintus and I be honorary goddesses for the day?
All right. If one of you, if you can say something kind about women that we haven't heard before, you can be honorary goddesses.
Oh, well, I think that would be really, really difficult for me to do.
See, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
Yeah. How about I try? So I have the blessing and privilege of being raised in a matriarchal family. My grandmother, Nani, was one of 4 girls with 1 brother who birthed 4 girls, including my mom and my godmother, my Aunt Barbara, and 1 son. I had the blessing and privilege of being the father of 3 daughters and 1 son. And what that has caused and brought forth in my life has been a profound degree of empathy, presence, listening, love, and still knowing how to hold boundaries and bring things forward in the world. My grandmother would have been 99 on March 16th. In our immersion this weekend, we honored her, the matriarchal leadership that she brought forward in our family, and something that I profoundly model in my life every single day. So, Jessa, how did I do?
All right, Bella, do you have a crown in the background there somewhere?
I will find one. We will makeshift a crown.
At least a tiara. At least a tiara.
Yes, we will find something.
Yeah, and I meant every word of it, and I may or may
No,
not.
that's so very touching and so very honorable to know that there are men in leadership positions like yourself who honor that, but not just honor it, but live it and pull it forward. Really pulling it forward, making it the truth.
It is the truth. And I may also have played with Barbie dolls and my daughter Selena this morning. So thank you very much.
Okay, fine. A full crown, no tiara, full crown.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And Jess, a beautiful, beautiful job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great job. And by the way, love the stand and the fun of asking me that question, which demonstrates to me, Jessa, your superpower of influence, your disruptive certainty, your simply go with the flow.
No.
Yeah, that was extraordinary. So thank you for that, Jessa. Great job.
No, definitely not. But thank you for that acknowledgement. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Bill of reading.
Let's go over to our other participants. Phenomenal job in that participant seat, Marianne, which is not always easy, but great job. And how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence? Oh, just unmute for us, Marianne.
I actually very much enjoyed myself. This was very actually different than what I thought it would be. I did enjoy all the ladies and learning a lot from them. Thank you, Jesse, for the feedback. I appreciate that. It's just interesting to know how many different people are doing so much in the world as women. And it's nice to see us come together in a group like this and share our ideas and what we do. And I think that came across very nicely. I liked Felicia's presentation about skincare. I'm good at skincare, so Felicia, I can understand. So yes, I really did appreciate today, and I would like to come back as a judge maybe one day.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Marianne. We appreciate you very, very much.
Yeah, appreciate you. And let's go to the woman who's going to take us all up in a hot air balloon when the show is over. Gail, thank you for being here. Extraordinary feedback. And how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
I have truly enjoyed myself listening to the ladies, and I also enjoyed Sean's role playing.
Okay, it was
And
excellent.
so one of the things that I learned is that, you know, we grow up talking about, you know, get your elevator speech ready when you want to meet someone new and talk with them.
Wow.
Well, what I learned today from Sean, watching Sean, is that your elevator speech is always built in. Wherever the conversation is, you have to listen well. If you don't listen well, it's hard to craft that elevator speech. But that's what I'm taking away today, is to be a better listener and to utilize the information that I receive from the individual to craft a conversation, a meaningful conversation.
Amen. Marianne, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for that acknowledgement. And what I would share with you from my soul is, what if no one ever pitched anything again? What if everyone never tried to hook anyone again? What if everyone never tried to close everyone again? And what if everything was about authentically discovering the gap between where people are, where they want to be, how acceptable or not it is to them, because some people are completely content with everything in their life, and what solutions are not they're working through. And once we understand those things, then if we have authentic service and value to provide for people, then we begin to talk about it.
Yes.
So I am the biggest advocate on earth for serving people and meeting them where they are. And thank you for seeing us and being here today, Marianne. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that, Gail. And then let's go, last but not least, before we get to our co-host, is the woman who is filled with wisdom, Karen. Karen, how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence today?
Man, oh man, this was amazing. First of all, being in the just presence of so many phenomenal women, I am filled with joy. I want to get to know each and every one of you that I don't already know. And so I hope we will be able to stay connected. Thank you, Sean and Bella and Quintus, for having us on today. And again, I'm filled with joy.
Well, Karen, thank you. Much appreciation for sure. Joy is certainly present. Thank you. And Mr. Quintus McDonald, another impactful, heart-centered show as we push towards the half-a-century mark of our number of Hearts of Influence together with Quintus McDonald. And please, Captain Quintus, fine sir, what is your final for us today?
My final, thank you so much, Sean. Approaching half a century of shows, I am never, ever left unamazed by the rapport that you and Bella continue to grow and build, how you all are able to carry the show and make all of my guests extremely comfortable so that they can be their authentic selves. It's not an easy ask, and the two of you do an amazing job at that. So I'm just eternally grateful once again that I was introduced to Unblinded by way of a shared experience that preceded the Heart of Influence. And here we are years later, coming up on half of a decade later. It's just absolutely beautiful. Today's show was amazing. To go off course, to do something other than what was agreed upon takes it was kind of nerve-wracking for me, but I knew that it would be phenomenal once I prayed about it. There was no question. And like you said, this is my show, so we get to do it. And you ladies have been phenomenal. And we typically don't bring people back multiple times, but because my coach and captain said yes, man, we'll find shows where your giftedness fits in, where you'll fit in everywhere, but where you'll be served by the other people in the room as well.
Amen.
We don't want just to take from you, but we want to serve you all here in this space and in this place. That's what we do here at Unblinded.
Amen. Thank you for that, Mr. Quintus McDonald. And to that point for everyone, wonderful job. We talk about being GHICs in the world. GHICs are growth-driven, heart-centered, integrous, and committed to mastery. And GHICness felt quite present from my perspective today, Ms. Bellavrita and Quintus. So thank you all. And as a thank you for that, we have a couple of gifts in parting. The first is our group influence book. How'd you do that? Some very nice acknowledgments were given. Well, I have a textbook on it that I think will deeply touch your heart. And I couldn't find something that I found to be integrous in the space of influence. It all felt about like manipulating, taking advantage. And so we wrote it beginning 28 years ago. It was the study and the practice of my life. And second, we have a business or practice acceleration session available. And I say this, you should not take this if you have everything that you want. You have all the money you want, you have all the time freedom you want, you have all the impact in the world you want, then this is not for you. If there's any gap between where you are and where you want to be, on my reputation, you want to take that session. It'll rock your world. Because I thought for 28 years about, because I didn't want to go blind and broke. Starting 20 years ago. So I went way to going blind. I did not want to be broke. People in my family were all blind and broke. Everybody blind was broke. And I wanted something different. And again, I went to figure out how to do it. And this is not just like, oh, it's like some coaching session. I assure you it is not. What we do in the world is unseen, unheard of anywhere else. And that's also our gift to you because of your time today and Quintus bringing you here. So if that's interesting to you, definitely take us up on it. If your life is all the ways you want it to be, then congratulations. Few people have it, but congratulations if that's you. Bellavrita, please, your final.
Yes, thank you, Sean and Quintus and everyone for being here today. And I think on my heart today is I sat in the seat of Marianne and Felicia about 4.5 years ago. I came on as a participant on this show and had the BAS session and ended up joining Unblinded and now the co-host of the Heart of Influence. And I think what I would want everybody to know is I've never been a part of an organization where I felt safer as a woman. Where the way that Sean and the team, how much they have a regard and a respect for women, and how this really is a space, as Sean said, of GHICs, of growth-minded, heart-centered individuals. And I've never felt, and I don't know of any woman that ever felt uncomfortable in this space. And so if growing,
Amen.
If growing your business is something that you're looking to do and you're looking for a safe place to do that, then I would definitely take that business acceleration session, because why not? And Sean, back to you.
Amen. Now, does that count if you make me feel unsafe as a man?
No, I'm certainly sure I do that. I'm certainly sure I do that.
All,
but you still have a crown, so
yes.
And
I agree. If it's not fun, don't do it. Respect, love, fun is what some of the things that we stand for in these parts. So we appreciate and thank every one of you guys for being here. Fine ladies, women of heart, clearly, and impact. Quintus, thank you for everything. Andrew Catania as well. And in final, we end every show by saying this. I may be physically blind, which I am, but I'm absolutely certain that possibilities to accelerate sit right in front of all of us, whether that's financial, duplication, scaling, impact, they sit right here. But unfortunately, Bellavrita and Quintus, unfortunately, with all those possibilities sit right here, at some level, we are all blind.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Great job.
Care.
Bye. Aloha.
Aloha.